The other thing I want to say to the people and whoever view this, I was a hands-on type mayor. I returned every call that came to my office personally.
It's true, you returned mine, you returned the other people with the Bayonne Public Advocate.
That's recent. I'm talking about being mayor now. That call came to my office and I returned it. If you came to my office, you talk about open door policy and the best qualified people. You came to my office and there was no one there. I was not meeting with anyone. You could see me. You tell me what made me do that. Most cases, people have a complaint. And a good politician does not want to speak to constituents directly, because in most cases he has to say no. And once you say no, you lose a vote.
Right.
So the former mayor had 10 aides and he had secretaries. They would block the private citizen trying to see him, and they would address the problem. And they would say no to the citizen. And when the mayor went out in the street and talked to that person, the mayor said, "I never said no to you," which was true. He wasn't lying. So I was a hands-on guy. I patrolled the city at night in a squad car. I went to every second alarm fire, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. There was no publicity, never took any pictures of that. I was there for the people. And I was instrumental in bringing the light rail into Bayonne. When I became mayor in 1990, light rail was starting at Jersey City line. When I left, it was already proposed that it would go down to either 22nd Street or 8th Street.
And I have to say, just as a side note, you know, I can certainly attest to the hands-on portion. As I said to you in person previously, you know, I'm a lifelong resident in Bayonne. A lot of people don't realize that. I just haven't been involved in politics and haven't spoken out much. But when I was a little kid, maybe about, I don't remember what the age was, maybe 13, 14, you happened to be mayor at that time, and there was a park that friends of mine played stickball at every day. You know, we were religious about it. We played, you know, the winter we played street hockey, and in the summer we played stickball.
Well, I played stickball on 53rd Street here before these homes were built here. There's a big lot here.
And I remember one day that park was closed, and we were very upset over that. And I put a call into your office, and you know, I didn't expect to hear anything back. And sure enough, later that evening, maybe it was the next day, but it wasn't very long after, you called me personally and reassured me the park would be reopened and it was going under repairs, and certainly it was.
Well, when you talk about returning the call, since I didn't have that much time sometimes during the week, I'd go back on a Saturday or Sunday. In this particular case, on a Sunday evening, I called up a lady and she said, "You're not the mayor." I said, "Me, I'm not the mayor." "Well, it's Sunday night." I said, "Well, I didn't have time during the week, and I'm calling you now." I had a 3x5 card I made up on every call that came to the office. I cross-referenced them, the call number, or alphabetically. The lady got me on the street and said, "Mayor, you never returned my call." I said, "Ma'am, give me your name and number." Went back to the office, looked it up, and I did call her. There was no answer. I had the date and time. I called her. I said, "Here's the date and time I called you." She said, "Yeah, I was shopping then." Well, this is it. But eventually I would call back, but they went on the bottom of the pile.
Right.
And everyone got a call back.
Well, I want to thank you so much for answering our questions. Are there any final thoughts that you'd like to leave with the citizens of the Bayonne Public Advocate?
Well, basically, you know, you can predict a man's future performance by only looking at his past. And I have a proven past. I have the experience, I have the leadership. I spent 4 years in the military as a regular Army infantry officer, commanding people. I spent 8 years as a council person, 4 years as mayor, and over 30 years as the proprietor, manager of the Hyatt Caterers.
That's right.
And it's well known here in the community, not only here in Bayonne, but throughout the community, as good service, good food, and I'm proud of that. Not only that, the final thing, I left $3.8 million surplus in the budget.
That's a very positive note. Mayor Richard Rutkowski, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
All right.